on. We know about Copa v. Wright, and now we've got this contempt motion hearing, which is coming up in the next couple of weeks here, where the court's ordered Craig to appear in person inside of the court to where they can find him in contempt and then take him into custody potentially and take him away and put him in chains. So that's what Copa wants. At least that's the relief that Copa is seeking. People can object and say it's not going to happen all they want, but that's just the relief that's being sought. And so we know that's happening on the 18th of December potentially. But what has come out now is that the Tufty, which is Attorney David Pierce, he's been on my show a number of times, and he actually on my show admitted it and publicly has admitted that he's representing Adam Back. First of all, that's now definitely come out as the attorney for Adam Back, was a witness in the he's a witness in the Copa case, also a board member of Copa. And, maybe the driving member of Copa, I don't know if he's the chairman of the board, but he's definitely a chief guy over there, board member. He's got say. Whoa. So Tufty's representing him, and he's going to David Pierce is representing him, and he went to he admitted that he went, or Tufty said that he went and met Judge Miller at that social event before first of all, he met Judge Miller when he got signed the case and had dinner with him. He said that. Then he said that he went and went to a social event put on by Copa after the orally said that Craig wasn't Satoshi, but while the judgment was being written. And then it came out that also Judge Arnold was also at that event. And now on the record, I didn't talk about this until it went on officially on the record, where Judge Miller officially said, yes, that happened. Judge Miller then at the contempt scheduling hearing, he said, yeah, I actually met David at the event, and yeah, we talked about the case. So what? And he said it was a Copa event, Judge Miller said. And there's confusion. Oh, was it actually a Copa event? Was it a Kippa event? Whatever. But that's what I read in the transcript. Copa event. So it definitely creates a large amount of appearance of bias. And since then, we had a space on the day after Thanksgiving on Friday. About 500 or 600 people on there. About 2,000 people or so have listened to the space already and recording. And it was about, hey, what are Craig Wright's options? Should he go to this contempt hearing and just be potentially thrown in jail, thrown in prison, in shackles, chained out of the courtroom down to the freaking cell before a judge that is meeting with the other side, like at events? Or should he challenge it, challenge the actual bias of this court, because it kind of appears to bias. So one of the guys, Scott, 369 BSV, he started a campaign. He started a little change.org petition saying, hey, we want to investigate these two judges. And then David Pierce came out, and then on the space, he threatened Scott that if he doesn't take it down, he's going to face consequences. And then he posted online that he was going to call the police on Scott potentially. Scott called the police in his local town, and he said, hey, I'm getting threatened by an attorney, and he says he's going to potentially put me in jail because of what I did, and I want to report this to you guys, because if I've broken the law, please tell me. I don't want to break the law or harm someone, So he read the change.org petition, which is just a call to investigate the court case for bias. That's it. It's not about allegations of what anyone did or, threaten anybody. And he read that to the police, and the police said, there's no crime here. We're not going to arrest you, no matter what they say. You haven't committed any crime. Mm. You're just, a part of the press, which is all he is. He's just a member of the press reporting stuff on the press. So, that's happening right now. And now that's, and then it's gone absolutely now 580 people or something have signed the petition. So yeah. People want to see some investigation. So that's kind of the latest and greatest. I'm super just like the gossip. I guess you could consider it the gossip column right now. Okay. So
I'm going to have to sign that petition.
Sign it, dude. Sign it. Change.org. Put a link in the description below as well for anyone to sign it. And yeah, it's out pretty, semi-viral for our little community space. People are definitely interested in seeing what happens here. And it's just the appearance of bias. It's not actual bias that's proven. But what's funny is the appeal comes down on Friday, the ruling by the judge, and the judge in the Court of Appeal, he already ruled, and this is Judge Arnold, he ruled, oh, that's not bias, and it doesn't appear to be biased that they went to a meeting. He already ruled that it's okay for the judge to be meeting with Mr. Pierce, an attorney for one of the parties at that event. It's okay, apparently, according to Judge Arnold. And now, guess what's also come out? Judge Arnold was also there.
Jeez.
What a bunch of, so Arnold was there, Miller was there, and the attorney was there, and they talked about the case. What they talk about in the appellate decision, it says on the page 3, other issues. They also discussed other issues. Specifically, it says, we discussed some other issues as well. What were they? I don't know. That's a need to know only. So yeah,
how does it tie into? Wasn't it weird that he issued the judgment before he preemptively, and that's not a typical thing that happens. I don't know if I'm not as familiar with as you are maybe, but that seemed weird to me. And then he goes to these parties after he's said that publicly, but the written judgment hasn't come out. They never stamped it. I mean,
it's not official till the written judgment comes out. In fact, the written judgment could change. You never know, right? He's going through everything at the end, and he's still going through everything. It could change, when it comes out in writing. So, just because he says, well, I'm going to likely rule this way. Well, okay. That's what he said. But it didn't mean that the ruling wasn't officially final. Mm. But apparently, and then the Court of Appeal judge, he said that doesn't matter anyways. That's already kind of come out on the record. So all the people on the Copa side are celebrating right now, and they think that's great. That's all fine and dandy. But I'll tell you what's funny, not funny, but it's now here. Let me just read the decision, this part that's relevant. It says here about a bias. It doesn't appear to demonstrate the appearance of bias, let alone actual bias, nor would it have done so even if the judge had already not announced his decision. As for this, it's wholly irrelevant, particularly given that Mr. Pierce wasn't a witness. Well, he was representing a witness, and Mr. Pierce wrote that afterwards, that he was there on behalf of Mr. Adam Back, a witness and a party as a board member. So it's just again, it's not that it's bias, it's just the appearance of bias, dude. Mm-hmm. Anyways, really freaking exciting times. So Craig's pretty much got one remedy left here, and that is in the way I'm seeing it, and that is challenging the disqualification of the court. Otherwise, they're gonna try to take him to shackles.
Wow.
Yep. They ordered him to appear in person for contempt. Jeez. And then they said, oh, well, we're probably not going to take you away into shackles, the judge said. I don't buy that for a second. Yeah. He says, just come in person. We're probably not going to do it at that time, though. We'll probably do it later, he said. Oh, yeah, right. You think Copa's not going to say, Judge, he's a risk. He's a flight risk. It's nepotism at its finest. So everybody sign the petition, and yeah, please sign the petition and get that out there. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah, dude, really exciting times, man. I wanted to just touch on that first, a little bit of the gossip.
Yeah, wow. I hadn't realized that there was a real chance of Craig walking away in chains here.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what they want. That's exactly what Copa wants. Is there a possibility of it? 1,000%. Is it going to happen? I don't know, dude. I think that Craig will get a chance to amend his case before that happens, but it still is a real, possibility. It's something Craig should be aware of. So
yeah, I was under the impression that there was absolutely no claims of fraud or anything like that, but they're saying that he lied on stand, and
it's not that. It's the what Copa's saying is that now this again is okay. I'm trying not to give you my opinion here. I'm just saying, in Copa's perspective, what they're saying is that when Craig brought the passing off case, which saying BTC's passing off as Bitcoin, in Copa's opinion, that violated the court's order that said that Craig can't be filing any more cases saying he's Satoshi. That's what Copa's trying to argue on the
Oh.
contempt motion. Now, anyone who reads that passing off claim can clearly say, well, Craig's not saying he's Satoshi in here.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that's for the Judge Miller to decide, the same judge here that we've seen how he's ruled before. Okay, so it's yeah, it's very real, man. It's really interesting times. So, dude, I love talking about this stuff. I had a freaking great show. It's another what was it? And then so he comes on the space and he makes this guest appearance. Let me just pause. I'm going to play this really quick. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start.
Man of the hour, Tough D.
You hear that?
Yep.
Yeah, Scott, it's you I need to speak to as well.
This is a recording of the space.
Sorry?
I just want to say one thing. It's you I need to speak to, Scott.
Oh, excellent.
One thing, that petition you just put up against me, you need to take that down right away.
Why?
That is harassment.
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 No, it's not investigating you. It's
Okay,
investigating
look up
judicial.
the law. Look up the law. Read the judgment from Lord Justice Arnold today and take it down. I'm telling you now. Okay? Your final warning.
So he got that's the attorney. He came on the X space and said that.
Wow.
Now here's
Final
the
warning.
To see what happens.
Now here's my for those who haven't seen the little video, let me just play this. This is actually the petition, and I even put a little video. Here's the 30-second clip. All right, Judge Miller's judicial admission at the contempt scheduling hearing in Copa v. Wright, where he admitted to meeting Mr. Pierce, a previous or current Esquire of Copa, and discussing the case. And the event was a Copa interested event, causes a massive amount of bias to the public where he, an unfair advantage to one of the parties. And on such basis, to maintain the integrity of Her Majesty's High Court, he should immediately recuse and replace it with somebody else. Yeah, so that's my little thing there. And now we got 542 people signed the thing. And now on the petition, they got a picture of Mr. Pierce, the attorney, meeting with the judge at the event. Hi, you see that, Mitch?
Yeah.
That's David Pierce. That's Judge Miller. Yeah, and then there's the issue, just asking for investigation. Didn't seem like harassment to me, but Mr. Pierce said it was harassment. And he's not happy about it.
Yeah, he gave his last warning. What's going to happen?
He said that he might go to the police.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that we've got, let's see, petition. Yeah, there's the clip. There was one other thing. So yeah, there's the petition. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the actual recording. Over 2,200 people listened to it of the live space that we had on Friday. And, it all kind of started as I put out this little video, a short video, actually, just on, I put out a short 30-second, what is it, a 45-second short video here. I think it's pinned to my thing. Yeah, this short video here this is kind of what started the whole thing. All right, Justice Miller admits that he went to a Copa event and met with David Pierce prior to the judgment. Today, we had the Copa v. Wright case scheduling conference regarding the contempt of court. The court found that Craig Wright's going to have to appear in person on the December 18th hearing, December 18th and 19th, and overruled Dr. Wright's objections about assassination attempts. That Justice Miller, this is his words, that he admitted going to a Copa event. I didn't even know there was a Copa event going on, but there was a Copa event going on, and Justice Miller went to the event and enjoyed the event and met David Pierce there, and they talked about the case. This is prior to the judgment, okay? Prior to the judgment, and that's on the record today. So I can imagine that Dr. Wright's going to raise hell about that, but ultimately he's got to file a responsive brief in 7 days, and then Copa can respond in 7 days from that. So December 18th, I got a full video. Watch it below through the whole. I do a video breaking the whole thing down, but there again, there's the picture of them meeting at the event, having a good time, having a laugh, chuckling about Craig and the case. Isn't that funny? And then there's plenty of other videos, which I've also shared, which Mr. Pierce as also, going back and doing the shows that he had on my channel. So you can see those here. I don't know where they are, but anyways, they're on my X reply feed. If anybody wants to go back and watch them, I think they're in the replies here where, oh yeah, here's another post by Mr. Pierce saying, see, this is where he said he represented Adam Back. Hello, I said Adam Back would like to know when the judgment is coming out. True. And right, rather funny, right? So, and then that's Mr. Pierce, Tufty Sylvester's. And there he is again saying that Judge Miller will be fined for this case. This is before it all happened. And there's one other good post, man. I don't know. There's one other great video. Here it is. Yeah. Oh, look at this. I repeat, you take that down right now. You've crossed the line into harassment. You see that?
Wow.
Yeah. And then one last, the video itself was on my channel. And it actually, it's in my feed here, man. You're going to have to look for it, but it's rather, I don't know where the heck I put it in here, but anyways, there's a feed from Truth, and he did a clip of Mr. Pierce on my show. There it is. No, I already listened to that. There it is. This is the one. That one's not coming up. There's no sound. Oh, here we go. Go.
No, I didn't have dinner.
It wasn't dinner. Okay. You had dinner with the court more recently, or and so how'd that go?
No, I didn't have dinner.
It wasn't dinner. Okay.
I did have dinner with Justice Miller last year. When I was I think I mentioned it last time. I was at a Union IP event. It's a pan-European IP group that I'm involved in. So he was on one. He was one of the judges on the panel that we got for this patent seminar, and we always have the dinner the night before. So I met him there first time, and just sussed him out, as it were. We deliberately didn't talk about Craig Wright because he told us that he had these 4 cases coming up that had just been assigned to him. I think only a few weeks before that. So yeah, we avoided speaking about Craig Wright, but we did talk about Bitcoin. And then
I'll call about
I was
Bitcoin.
at a CEPA event. CEPA is the Chartered Institute of Patent Attorneys in the UK, and they hold events mostly in London. And they had a panel of 6 judges, including James Miller, Colin Burse, and Richard Arnold from the Court of Appeal, who did the appeal case on the.
Did you hear that?
I forget
Arnold.
which one it was. The one that went.
Did you hear that about Arnold?
Yeah, that was all last year.
Well, that was this year. Look who that was before this appeal came out. Look who wrote the appeal.
Wow.
Arnold. Uh-oh.
Well, I don't know. My opinion on this may be different from others, but it seems like if Craig's not going to go to jail because it's obvious that he's not in contempt of court because he's not claiming to be Satoshi in the next case, then isn't this a good thing that Craig is not Satoshi in law and we can just go back to
It is a good
competing?
thing.
Like I'm kind of over all this BS and all this cognitive dissonance from the other side because we're actually innovating the world and we can see their bullshit. We can see through it. It's not cleverly hidden. They're not operating on such this high level. And evidenced by the fact that the technology they're protecting is complete dog shit. like we should just be competing and we should just be showing people what the tools can do. So maybe, obviously we want to have fair trials and things like that, but the fairest trial is supply and demand. The fairest trial is the market. And, we're going to go and compete and we're going to win. There's really no way around that. And that's what I see in the Project Mandela report, which is, comically obvious that they're talking about a world-changing technology and what are they alluding to here? I
hate to see Craig go into custody. That's the last thing. He can't do work while he's in chains.
Right.
I mean, come on. It's just bullshit. So, yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So sign the petition and let's, yeah, love Craig or not, he's not a harm to society. There's no reason to have him in custody.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the thing. So, yeah, dude. So, all right, man. I appreciate you coming, Mitch. Let's do it again sometime, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah.
And we'll be in contact. Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah, right on. Hit the subscribe, like, share the video, y'all. We'll see you at the top.